World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. United States President Donald Trump said the war involving Iran could continue as the U.S. presses on with its military campaign. Speaking to reporters outside the White House, the BBC reports, President Trump said the U.S. would keep up its current strategy and see how the situation develops. He claimed Iran has already suffered heavy losses, including the destruction of much of its Navy, Air Force, radar systems, and air defense capabilities. The U.S. President added that Iran has been struck harder than virtually any country in history, but stressed that American operations are not yet over. Meanwhile, International Energy Agency Executive Director Fatih Birol announced plans to release 400 million barrels of oil from emergency reserves. The move aims to stabilize global energy supplies following the effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz. Executive Director Birol said member countries unanimously approved what would be the largest emergency oil stock release in the agency's history. In other news overseas, the British government has announced plans for another chartered flight to bring home UK nationals stranded in the Middle East. According to BBC News, the flight is expected to depart from Dubai in the coming days and will be the 6th evacuation flight organized by the government. So far, 3 flights have departed from Oman, while 2 others have already left from Dubai. According to the British Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, airspace remains closed in parts of the region and the security situation on the ground continues to change rapidly. Authorities say more than 57,000 British nationals have already left the region and returned to the United Kingdom since March 1. And finally, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country's forces have struck what he described as one of Russia's most important military factories. The BBC reports the targeted facility reportedly produces electronic components used in Russian missiles that have been launched at Ukrainian cities and communities. Ukraine's military said the strike was carried out using Storm Shadow missile. Russian officials, however, say the attack in the Bryansk region killed 6 civilians and injured more than 40 people, calling it a terrorist strike. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov claimed the missiles could not have been launched without assistance from British specialists. Fighting between Russian and Ukrainian forces continues even as the war has reached a stalemate in recent months, with both sides carrying out attacks across different regions. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.